On Christmas Eve 2025, while families were celebrating the holidays, Logan Paul dropped a bombshell announcement that left thousands of his fans staring at their phones in disbelief. For those affected and unable to withdraw your funds, please know that I am actively working with Liquid Marketplace to help ensure these funds can be released in the near future. Working with Liquid Marketplace? As if he's some concerned outsider trying to help. That's when Twitter's community notes feature caught what Logan hoped people would miss. Logan Paul launched Liquid Marketplace in April 2022, calling it "my next company" and promoting fractional ownership. Let's rewind. What even is Liquid Marketplace? It was Logan's attempt to revolutionize how people invest in rare collectibles through fractional ownership. Instead of one wealthy collector buying a $5 million Pokémon card, anyone could own a piece of it by purchasing tokens on the blockchain. Logan promoted it hard, positioning himself as a visionary, democratizing the collectibles market.
What's up, y'all? Logan here. As an avid collector and strategic investor myself, I am so stoked to announce the launch of Liquid Marketplace, a platform where collectors can buy and sell fractions of rare collectibles via tokens on the blockchain. As a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace, I believe we're set to level the playing field by allowing anyone to own a piece of the world's rarest collectibles.
Notice the key words. As a co-founder, not a sponsor, not a partner, a co-founder. This was his company. Logan's flagship offering was his prized Pikachu Illustrator card, the rarest and most valuable Pokemon card in the world, purchased for $5.3 million. He listed it on Liquid Marketplace for $5 million, framing the price drop as a generous gift to his community.
It was a very hard decision to make, but yes, I will be listing this card on a platform that I co-founded called Liquid Marketplace. It allows co-ownership of top-tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together. I'll also be listing it for $5 million instead of the $5.3 million I bought it for. So basically, I'll be giving you guys $300,000 discounts because everyone likes discounts.
But here's the crucial detail. Logan put 51% of the card up for sale at a valuation of $2.55 million. This meant if the collection sold out, Logan would no longer have majority control of the card. The community would own 51%, giving them decision-making power. As Liquid Marketplace's official announcement stated, we're listing it for $5 million and putting 51% of the value up for the community to co-own. The Liquid Marketplace community now controls the future of the card and will take part in all decisions made as to whether it will be taken out of the collector's vault for events or to be auctioned off. Sounds generous, right? Except here's what he glossed over. The card stayed locked in the vault, and users weren't buying actual ownership. They were buying digital tokens that supposedly represented fractional ownership. To incentivize purchases, they created a tier system. Think about that business model for a second. You pay real money for a fraction of a collectible you can never touch, never see, and never physically own. You're buying the idea of ownership. Logan didn't just promote his platform. He went on national television to give financial advice that should make any responsible investor's skin crawl. On Fox Business, he told young people to abandon traditional investing in favor of buying collectibles.
I think if you have the money, don't be afraid to take a risk, especially if you're young. Young people have a ton of energy. There are ways to spend and invest your money in ways that might mean more to you than a traditional conservative investment like the stock market. Whether it's a trading card, a piece of art, a piece of a dinosaur, like a sports memorabilia.
Let that sink in. Logan Paul, whose investment platforms keep collapsing with millions of dollars lost, was on TV telling young people to avoid safe, diversified stock portfolios and instead buy fractions of collectibles on platforms like his. The card sold out. Liquid Marketplace announced, history was made when Logan Paul brought the Guinness World Record setting PSA 10 Pokemon Pikachu Illustrator to Liquid Marketplace. Now, the holy grail of Pokemon cards has sold out and is available for trading on the marketplace. They raised $2.5 million from selling 51% ownership tokens to fans. But immediately, problems emerged. The platform had fundamental issues from day one. Users complained they couldn't withdraw their funds. Basic functions didn't work. When assets sold on the platform, payouts to fractional owners were delayed for weeks, sometimes sometimes months. In Discord, frustrated users vented, "A test to make sure payouts work isn't something that should need to be done after people have invested. These things need to be solid before launch." One developer responded, "We are still waiting for the funds from Golden. I understand that it feels like it's been a long time, but that's unfortunately the process that we have to wait for." The situation got so bad that users in the Discord started loaning money to each other because people needed their payouts immediately, but the platform couldn't deliver. I won't disclose who, but there's even been one person I've personally helped financially because of this. One user wrote, "The voting system, essential for fractional ownership to function, didn't even exist at launch. When users asked when they could vote on what happens with their co-owned assets, the team admitted, when we first launched, voting didn't even exist. We are making big changes to the platform constantly." And where was Logan during all this chaos? Too busy, apparently. When users asked if Logan would join a Q&A to address concerns, the response was, "Logan came on for an AMA a while back. He's very busy right now with WWE, but I can see if it's possible to arrange a more public Q&A session with him sometime. I'm not sure though." The platform's social media went dark. Their last Instagram post was September 2023, over 2 years ago. By late 2024, Liquid Marketplace was effectively dead. Then in May 2024, Logan repurchased the Pikachu card from Liquid Marketplace. According to how fractional ownership is supposed to work, everyone who bought tokens should have been paid out their share proportionally based on the percentage they owned. They weren't. The money vanished. Users couldn't withdraw their funds. Their investments disappeared into thin air. For over a year and a half, Logan said nothing. Not a word about millions of dollars in missing funds belonging to his fans. Then came that Christmas Eve tweet conveniently timed as regulatory investigations were heating up. Here's where it gets even worse. In June 2024, the Ontario Securities Commission filed an enforcement proceeding with absolutely devastating allegations against Liquid Marketplace executives. According to a major report, the OSC alleged a crypto firm co-founded by YouTuber Logan Paul that touted tokens backed by rare Pokémon cards and other assets actually defrauded investors. Users believed they were buying legally backed fractional ownership of real collectibles. But according to the allegations, most of those legal agreements didn't even exist. So what did users actually own? Digital tokens backed by nothing. Promises with no legal foundation. Essentially, they paid real money for screenshots. But think about what that means. He was the face of the platform. He promoted it as "my next company." He used his massive influence to drive his fans to invest. And when it collapsed with millions missing, he claimed he had no involvement in or insight into the regulatory issues. The Ontario Capital Markets Tribunal has scheduled additional hearings for June 18th and 19th, 2026. The investigation is ongoing and very real. Question is, why did Logan only address the missing funds publicly over a year and a half after the buyout? Why wait until Christmas Eve 2025 to tell people their money is gone? The answer is obvious. He only spoke up when federal regulators started closing in, and he realized he needed to get ahead of the story. But here's the real kicker. Logan's statement was filled with carefully crafted language designed to distance himself from responsibility. The PSA 10 Pikachu illustrator was previously listed on Liquid Marketplace, where users could purchase tokens that, according to the company, represented fractional ownership interest in the card. According to the company, you mean the company you co-founded and promoted relentlessly to your fans? This wasn't a concerned founder trying to help his users. This was damage control. Wait, this happened before. If you're thinking surely Logan learned his lesson after Liquid Marketplace, you've got the timeline backwards. Liquid Marketplace isn't Logan's first financial disaster targeting his fans. It's his second. Welcome to Crypto Zoo, the scam that should have been the warning sign. In 2021, Logan Paul launched Crypto Zoo with a pitch that captured the imagination of crypto enthusiasts and his fan base alike.
CryptoZoo.co. I'm so excited about this project. It's so fun. It provides a yield with a token, can earn you money.
A blockchain-based game where you could breed NFT animals, compete with other players, and earn actual cryptocurrency. This wasn't just an investment, it was a revolution. The hype was massive. Logan's millions of followers saw their idol backing a project with real money and real confidence. They believed in it. They invested their savings, but Crypto Zoo never delivered. The game barely functioned. Promised features never materialized, and slowly, painfully, investors watched their money evaporate.
I lost $25,000. $120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
The losses were catastrophic. These weren't wealthy investors playing with disposable income. These were ordinary people, Logan's fans, who trusted him with their life savings. On December 17th, 2022, investigative YouTuber CoffeeZilla released a bombshell 3-part series titled Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam that would shake the crypto world to its core. The series featured victim after victim coming forward with devastating losses from CryptoZoo, Logan Paul's failed NFT game project.
How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
And I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
Just days after the expose dropped, Logan released a now deleted 30-minute attack video aimed directly at CoffeeZilla, attempting to discredit the investigation and the investigator himself.
You see, CoffeeZilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance.
But Logan didn't stop there. He accused CoffeeZilla of profiting from the exposed and threatened legal action.
As soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece, fully knowing I was innocent, just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Think about that strategy. An investigative journalist exposes financial wrongdoing that hurt thousands of people, and the response is to threaten to sue him into silence. That's not the move of an innocent person. That's the move of someone trying to suppress the truth. Within days, Logan realized he'd made a catastrophic PR mistake.
CoffeeZilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of a fire, an ego flare, whatever it is.
He then announced what appeared to be a genuine effort to make things right.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million.
Victims and observers cautiously celebrated. Maybe Logan Paul would actually take responsibility. Maybe the victims would finally be made whole. But a year later, the truth emerged.
Logan Paul is refunding people he scammed if they promise to stop suing him for the vastly larger amount he may owe them. And honestly, I'm conflicted because on the one hand, victims getting money is always great, and I'm proud that our investigation led to some real-world consequences.
To this day, Logan Paul has not fully refunded the victims of CryptoZoo. Those who didn't sign the waiver, still waiting. Those who did sign, they got a fraction of what they lost and gave up their right to fight for more. Now do you see it? This isn't bad luck. This is a pattern. Behind every collapsed project are real people. Someone who lost $50,000 in CryptoZoo. Young people who believed Logan would level the playing field. They trusted him, and they lost everything. Here's what's infuriating. Logan Paul faces minimal consequences. He still has millions of subscribers, still gets invited on business shows to give investment advice, still launches new ventures. Meanwhile, his victims can't access their funds, can't get refunds, and federal regulators are still investigating where millions of dollars went. But the real question is, how many more times will this pattern repeat before accountability arrives? And how many more fans will lose their savings before they stop trusting someone who has shown repeatedly that their trust was misplaced? Maybe it's time Logan stuck to what he does well: entertainment, boxing, WWE, because his ventures into finance consistently end the same way, with his fans losing money while Logan claims he had no idea what was happening in his own companies. So there you have it, the devastating pattern behind Logan Paul's financial ventures. 2 projects, 2 collapses, and millions of dollars lost by fans who believed in him. Drop a comment below. Do you think Logan Paul should face serious consequences for these failures? And if this story shocked you, you're absolutely going to want to check out these videos as well. Trust me, you will love them.